Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whether you're watching this from. These are my 2025-2026 EFL Year 1 season predictions. So let's get straight into it. Obviously I did my Year 2 season predictions, now it's time for my Year 1 season predictions. So starting off then with the teams in the relegation zone. Starting off then with 24 players I've done for Northampton Town. Obviously Kevin Nolan's in charge of Northampton now, which is pretty much his first job in football, isn't it? And I just finished too much of a risk. Came in second half of last season, didn't he, at Northampton? I think Northampton, when he did come into Northampton, they were already pretty much, they were already okay and safe. But I just think this time round, I think Kevin Nolan's is a bit more found out as a manager, in my opinion. Northampton, they've been stable for the last couple of years, haven't they, in League One? After John Brady got Northampton promoted. But they are one of the favourites for relegation, and rightly so. I do see. The thing is, with their squad on paper, they've actually got some decent players, Northampton, who can probably keep them up then. But I'm just not convinced with Kevin Nolan as manager. I just think it's going to be the blind leading the blind, in my opinion. That's his manager capabilities. In my opinion. So I think Northampton will finish bottom of the table, in my opinion. But then, League One, the bottom half of League One can be hard to predict sometimes, because some people might actually go for the new promoted teams to go back down, to be fair, and that's understandable. But I'm going to go for Northampton to finish bottom, in my opinion. In 23rd place, I don't for Stevenage. To be fair, Iceweather actually did a good job, hasn't he? He's done a good job since coming in, been appointed after Steve Evans left. But again, it's going to be his second season now, isn't it, as manager Stevenage? I think I went for Stevenage to go down last season as well, just due to Steve Evans being a bit lost. But again, a bit like Northampton, they actually have got some players who are definitely League One level. But again, I think Iceweather will get more found out this season, this time round. And again, I'm going to go for Stevenage to go down. They've been stable in League One for the last couple of seasons, just like Northampton. But I do think they will go down now. I do think they'll go down this season, in my opinion. But hard one to predict, but I think, just my honest opinion, just my prediction, I think Stevenage will finish 23rd. The next teams that we're dated, I've done for Burton Albion. I know they got that ownership, haven't they? I know they got the ownership, but... And Darry Boyer will always try his best, won't he, as the manager, try and keep a team up. But I just feel Burton Albion making too many signings last season. They've done the same this season. They made too many signings last season, and then this season, you're basically getting rid of some of them players that when you sign too many players, you're basically getting rid of some of them players, and then all of a sudden you sign even more players again. And I just think there's too much of a mix-up in that squad, in my opinion. Too much of a mixer in that squad. I think they got the manager and they got the ownership, but I just feel League One is getting stronger and stronger, isn't it? And when League One is getting stronger and stronger, the likes of Burton, Stevenage and Northampton always get you would expect that trod down with the teams that have been promoted from League One, the likes of Bradford, Doncaster and Port Vale. So when League One gets stronger, especially with the teams that got relegated as well, that's when you see the likes of Burton, Stevenage, Northampton tend to drop down, in my opinion. Despite Stevenage did have a good season last season under Iceweather, I just think there will be that bit of a drop off for Stevenage. And Burton Albion, they've been in and around the relegation battle the last couple of seasons. I just feel this is a season now where they'll get trod into relegation zone and end up getting relegated, in my opinion. Despite they've done well though to be in League One, but now been for so many years that we have. But I think this is a season where they do go down now, in my opinion, Burton Albion. And the final team I don't fall that was AFC Wimbledon. Look, for me, I look at Wimbledon, the Dotted Dud Year 2 squad, that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. The Dotted Dud Year 2 squad. But I look at the squad for Year 1 and I think to myself, I don't think that's a good enough squad to stay up in League One, in my opinion. Johnny Jackson's had that experience in League One before with Charlton Affected as well, so his experience is going to be key. They will give it a good door, Wimbledon. They will give it a good door on staying up in League One, but I do think they will get where they're at. I wouldn't say it'd be similar to what we had, Carlisle United, but I feel Wimbledon's playoff win was a bit too early, in my opinion, a season too early. Because for me, they were ahead of schedule last season. They massively overachieved winning the playoffs. And that's the worry and concern I would have for Wimbledon. Did that just come too early, that playoff win? We'll wait and see. They'll definitely be in the battle. Themselves and a few teams will battle for survival, but I think it'll be Wimbledon who will just get relegated in the end, in my opinion. I do think they need to strengthen further. It can all change once the transfer window closes. This is the thing about the transfer window. It should be closed before the season starts. More easy to predict. Because you just never know. Wimbledon might make a bid signing and all of a sudden that could give them a massive boost. Obviously, they're a fan-owned club as well. They are a fan-owned club, AFC Wimbledon as well. I think the other clubs that are fan-owned are Exeter and Wickham as well. So they've been run well, Wimbledon, but I just think they just go down in League One. And you know what? I don't think Wimbledon fans will care. I don't think they've had a good fight in staying up. They'll take AFC Wimbledon. They definitely survive, definitely. But I just think they'll just go down, in my opinion. So up next, and just staying up in 20th place is Exeter. Derek Holdwell's done a good, stable job at Exeter since he came in to Exeter, hasn't he? He's been stable. He's made the club stable. They've always seemed to survive easy, haven't they, every season? He's quite similar to Simon Weaver at Howdale, where when Derek Holdwell was in charge of Exeter, I will never put them to go down. And plus, I look at their squad. They've got their well-experienced squad, proven squad in League One. I think they will slowly still get trod back in. They will slowly get trod into where they're on, but I just don't think it'll be this season. Might be next season, as League One gets even more stronger. But yeah, Derek Holdwell's done a brilliant job at Exeter, making them a stable League One club. And I think they'll survive then. I think they will accept that they are in the relegation battle this season because League One has got even more stronger. But yeah, I think they'll survive still, Exeter, in my opinion. So I'm going to go for Exeter to finish in 20th place. In 19th place, I've done for Peterborough. See, a few people have done for Peterborough to improve from last season. I don't think so. I think he'll be the same as last season for Peterborough. And the biggest problem is Darren McAntony, it just seems to have this strong relationship with Dan Ferguson. Dan Ferguson is an out-of-date pint of milk now as a manager. That's the biggest problem at Peterborough, keeping Dan Ferguson as manager. If they got rid of Dan Ferguson, Peterborough would be much higher in the table for me. I do think that is the problem at Peterborough. Sticking with Dan Ferguson for too long, don't back to Dan Ferguson as well pretty 1,000 times every time they sack a manager. when you go back to the same mindset, it's like going back to say going back to your ex that cheated on you 1,000 times. What do you expect? The same things and keep on happening, and then with Peterborough, I don't see Peterborough being in the top half. I think they'll be in the bottom half of the table, 13th to 19th, something like that. That's why I put them 19th. I think it'll be the same as last season. Having Dan Ferguson is the problem at Peterborough, in my opinion. I just think he's sitting out of there stale pint of milk now, Dan Ferguson. How many times have Peterborough done to keep going back to him? They just can't do it anymore. They just can't. But Darren McCann needs to take some responsibility for that as well. Yes, in the past, Darren Ferguson's done good things in the past with Peterborough, but that's in the past. We're talking about the present now, and you do become stale as a manager as well. And that's what I'm seeing at Peterborough now, and that's why I'm going to put Peterborough 19th. If they get rid of Darren Ferguson, then it will finish much higher than 19th, in my opinion. But they're not going to get rid of him until second half of the season, if they're in the relegation battle, in my opinion. So I think Ferguson should have been sacked last season, at the end of that season for me, and they should have just moved on, Peterborough now, moved on from him, and have a fresh start. But no, they've stuck with him, and I think that's going to be Peterborough's downfall for this season. I don't think they'll go down. They won't go down just because of their squad they've got, but Dan Ferguson is the problem at Peterborough, and he needs to get rid of him, in my opinion. He's the one stolen Peterborough from progressing again. So I'm going to go for Peterborough in 19th. In 18th place, I've done for Rotherham. A few people done for Rotherham to get red days. A few people done for Rotherham to finish mid-table. It's one of them with Rotherham, isn't it? It is one of them where it'll be a mid-table bottom half finish for Rotherham. I think it'll be an 18th place finish for Rotherham. I do think they are slightly on a downfall in League One, Rotherham. I can see a downfall coming. Obviously, they finished 13th this season. I'm not convinced by the manager appointment at Rotherham. So I do think they're slightly on the downfall. Again, I don't think they'll get relegated. I'm not surprised though. I think some people have put them in the relegation battle because I do see a slight downfall coming for Rotherham, and that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Rotherham to finish in 18th. But for now, I still think they'll stay up comfortably. I still think they'll have too much to go down. But next season, they could be one of the teams looking over the shoulders next season. But it's just what I think. It's a hard one with Rotherham, though. Hard one to predict because they could easily finish mid-table. They won't be chancing for playoffs, no chance, in my opinion. It'd be more of a mid-table bottom half finish for Rotherham. So I think it'd be a bottom half finish, in my opinion. In 17th place, I've done for Port Vale. New promoted Port Vale. Darren Moore, well-experienced manager in League One. I think that's a big tick already. Port Vale, they have this project on and they want to be a championship-ready club. I don't think they're anywhere near championship level yet, in my opinion. They've made some decent signings already. I think they've made a look at Port Vale's squad. Look at their squad currently, and it's good enough to stay up, in my opinion. Definitely good enough to stay up in League One, especially with Darren Moore's experience in League One as well, with Don Tatzer and Sheffield Wednesday managing them two clubs. So he has been around the block, Darren Moore. I wasn't convinced that Darren Moore would be the right appointment in League Two, even though I still predicted Port Vale to still go up because of their transfer window. But did a good job in League Two as well, didn't they, Darren Moore? And yeah, I think Port Vale will stay up, in my opinion. I do think they'll stay up. Just with Darren Moore's experience, that's massive, in my opinion. And with the squad Port Vale have got, I think it is good enough to stay up, in my opinion, and finish 17th. In 16th place, I done for Doncaster Rovers. Again, Grant McCann got the League One experience, hasn't he, with Peterborough and Doncaster. So that League One experience. Doncaster squad already for me. I look at Doncaster squad. It's definitely good enough. It is definitely good enough to stay up easy in League One. I think 16th is a fair prediction for Doncaster Rovers. They'll take that all day long. I think the youth promoted clubs, it's all about staying up, isn't it? In League One, that's always the aim when you're being promoted. Unless you're Carlisle getting promoted from the National League, Carlisle's aims will still be promoting in League Two as well with the budget. Depends what budget you got as well. Youth Monu, he's on the cup in League One. I can feel it as well. Quality player, absolute baller as well. And I think Doncaster, Grant McCann's experience of being in League One manager as well, it's going to be key for Doncaster as well. And I think Doncaster will stay up and finish in 16th place, in my opinion. Up next, the final new promoted club is Bradford City. I have dotted through Bradford City fans who are subscribers of my channel. Dad's Master Experience, Dad's Nick Master Experience and Bantam Neil. I think they will be happy with me putting me Bradford in 15th. I think it'll be a mid-table finish for Bradford. I think around the mid-table area. I think that's a fair prediction for Bradford. They've made some good signings already, sensible signings, especially for League One as well. Stephen Humphreys, Matthew Pennington, remember him? Who stole the Merseyside Derby door at Anfield in 2017, April 2017, I think it was. Now he's playing in League One with Bradford. They signed Stephen Humphreys as well. They've made some other quality signs as well, two-way as well. Newville from Wimbledon as well. So they've made quality signs already, Bradford. Till is, I do think Curtis Till is a bit of a 50-50 signing. We'll see how he does at Bradford. But I look at Bradford's squad already. I look at their squad. Humphreys, Andy Cook, Cam Taverner, Bobby Poynton. Quality squad. And even though they have lost Switty Smallwood to Tranmere, quite baffling why they did not give new deal to the likes of Pritchard, Walker and Smallwood. So I'm quite confused by that one. But Bradford, they've done some quality business already, and I think Bradford will stay up easy, and I think they'll finish in 15th place, and I think that's a fair prediction. 12th to 15th, I think that's a fair prediction for Bradford, in my opinion. And yeah, it's good to see Bradford back in League One as well. They are a League One level club, in my opinion, for the size of the football club as well. Probably even bigger than League One as well, you could say. But yeah, massive club. Good to see them back in League One as well, after being stuck in League Two for far too long. And yeah, I think they'll have a very good first debut season. A very good first season back in League One, in my opinion, Bradford. And I think they'll finish in 15th place. In 14th place, I done for Barnsley. Conor Houhan is in charge now of Barnsley. Obviously, I think he's played for Barnsley, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure he has played for Barnsley, so he knows he knows what it takes to play for the club. It's all about his manager experience, isn't it? The signing David McGoldrick, I am not too keen on that signing personally for Barnsley. David McGoldrick, 37 years old. Can he still do it in League One? It would be a good sign for a League Two club, definitely. I'm just not sure if it's a good sign for a League One club, in my opinion. I think it'd be the same as last season for Barnsley, personally. I think it'd be the same as last season, where it'd be the mid-table area then for Barnsley. I don't see them chancing for the playoffs. I don't see them being a where decent battle, in my opinion. I think their squad is a mid-table squad for me. And that's why I've done for Barnsley to finish in 14th place, in my opinion. Up next in 13th place, I've done for Wickham, who were in the playoffs last season under Mike Dodds. Well, it was Matt Poonfield who, for me, I think Matt Poonfield got Wickham in the playoffs personally, despite he did leave in the second half of the season. Without Matt Poonfield, I don't think Wickham would be in the playoffs personally. That's not disrespect to Mike Dodds, but you just saw the drop off in level between the two managers when Matt Poonfield left Wickham. You already saw the drop off straight away. In terms of some results as well. So I think there will be a drop off this season for Wickham. Not that big of a drop off. I still look at their squad, and their squad for me is still a mid table squad for me, for Wickham. But I obviously Fandorn club as well. It'd be interesting. It will be interesting because either Wickham can tick on from that season, or it'll be a drop off from that season due to the manager. I'm not convinced by the manager personally. Not convinced he's the right I wasn't convinced he was the right appointment, and I just think that drop off will be down to him as well. If they would have had a better manager, then I would have had Wickham probably playoff chances and probably in the playoffs personally. But they are a stable League One club, aren't they? They are a good, stable League One club. I just don't think they'll be in a relegation battle this season, or for quite a few seasons now. I don't think they'll be in that relegation battle for League One. Maybe when they're stronger, League One. If League One gets even stronger, then I could see Wickham potentially being trod down a bit like Wolverhampton. I think they're in the similar category to Wolverhampton and Wickham, where they've been a stable League One club, but there will be a time where they will slowly get trod into where there's some trouble in League One. Look at Shrewsbury, isn't it? They were a stable League One club, and now they eventually got where there's to League Two. But I don't think Wickham will be in a relegation battle. I think 13th is a fair for me. 13th is a fair prediction for me on Wickham, in my opinion. But it can go the other way as well. So I don't know for 13th place finish for Wickham. In 12th place, I don't forget Norient. Yes, I know they lost Gibber through. Was it Stockport? They lost him to? I know they obviously lost even Gibber, which is a key player for Orient. But then I think Witty Wellens for me, he proved himself now, didn't he? As a League One manager last season. Obviously lost in the League One playoff final last season, Orient. Then I think they were ahead of schedule for me. I think they were massively overachieved. I do think there will be a slight drop off from last season, but I still think their squad is definitely a top 12, definitely top half squad in my opinion for Orient. Witty Wellens and Orient made for each other as well. Perfect matchup. Perfect link-up as well. And I think Orient will be in 12th place. And for me, I think they're a bit of a Mansfield this season. I think they've been like Mansfield in League One, where they've now made themselves a League One club now, in my opinion. So I think Orient will finish in 12th. And talking of Mansfield, I don't for them to finish in 11th place. A lot of people don't for Mansfield to go down. I don't know why. I'm confused why people don't for Mansfield to go down. Because I think they've done great business. I think Jamie McConnell from Nottingham Forest, I think he's a baller, people. I think he is a real baller. I think Mansfield always seem to have, obviously they are in that Nottingham area, so it's not a surprise to do that players from Nottingham Forest under 21s, to be fair. It's not really a surprise, and apart from the under 21s they signed, they've actually done sensible business as well. Done good business, quality business, in my opinion, as well. And for me, Nigel Clough tied down to a long-term contract as well, with his League One experience as well. I think Mansfield will be nowhere near where there's some battle. I'm just confused why people are not Mansfield anywhere near where there's some battle. I'm confused by it, to be honest with you. And they call themselves League One experts, apparently. By the way, I'm not saying I'm a League One expert. this is what I do on my channel. Just give my honest opinion. Obviously, research what they've done as well. Research the squad as well. And Mansfield, for me, they've got a top half squad, in my opinion. Top half of the table squad, in my opinion. Could potentially be playoff chances, potentially. It won't shock me. I think they are one of the teams to watch this season, Mansfield, in my opinion. Look, it might come back to bite me, and they may end up going down, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. I think Mansfield are definitely a top half of the table squad, in my opinion, and definitely probably a playoff chancing team as well, looking at their squad as well. So I'm going to go for Mansfield to finish in the 11th place, and I think Mansfield fans might take that, to be fair, from me as well. Up next then, 10th place, I don't think Yinton City. They're always in and around that area, aren't they, Yinton? They're always either chancing for the playoffs or finishing in the top half. Definitely another top half finish for Yinton this season. Definitely a potential playoff chance as well, because they always seem to be playoff chances. Sometimes they fall off in the end, don't they? Sometimes they leave it too yet in terms of momentum. But I think Yinton, I think they're a stable top half team, in my opinion, Yinton. And I think it'll be another top half finish for Yinton as well. And I think Yinton will finish in 10th place with that potential of chancing for the playoffs as well. Up next then in 9th place, I don't think Reading. Obviously, they recently got new ownership, haven't they? Which is great news for Reading. By the way, West Carlisle fans wanted Reading to get liquidated. They were begging for Reading to get liquidated, by the way. The Carlisle fans. Oh, so we can keep our place in the EFL, apparently. Which is really disgusting, really. Really is disgusting why Carlisle fans would want that. But, yeah. And, but yeah, great to see Reading get new ownership. Obviously, don't know Hunt, who used to play for Reading, of course, as manager as well. Obviously, the fans will get behind No Hunt because he used to play for them and all that. And with Reading's investment now, with the new ownership and the squad they've got, it's still a top half of the table squad for me, Reading. They even chanced for the playoffs, didn't they, last season? I've only missed out on the final day. Despite having all these problems with the previous owner, which is fair play to Reading, which is fair play to them for still performing on the pitch as well, despite having the problems they did have. And now, I think Reading will sustain that again this season, and I think they will finish in 9th place, in my opinion. Up next in 8th place, I don't think Wigan. Again, some people have got Wigan quite low in the table. I don't know why. I think Wayne Law is a cracking appointment for Wigan. I think that's a great appointment for Wigan. He's done his business already. He's got Paul Mullin on loan. Paul Mullin, though, I will say, Paul Mullin's not really proven it that much in League One, has he? He's more of a League Two proven goal scorer. But I still think he's a decent signing, Paul Mullin. They've made other signings as well with him. Look at Wigan's squad as well. For me, it's definitely a playoff chancing team for me, Wigan. I think they will just miss out on the playoffs, though. I do think they'll just miss out on the playoffs, but I think that would be a good. This will be a good sign of progress under Wagner, in my opinion. And I think Wagner is still the. I think Wagner is probably. I think he's the perfect appointment for Wigan. He's from that area, obviously from that Merseyside area, Wigan area, and I think for the long term he'll be a successful Wigan. I really do believe that. So I think they'll finish in 8th place and be a playoff chancing team. In 7th place, I done for Bolton. It's strange what's happening with Bolton, isn't it? Because people think Bolton don't know money, but they have made signings, so they have got money, Bolton. Steven Schumacher, I think he's a decent horse. I think he's a decent horse as well. But I just feel there'll definitely be a pure chance in Team Bolton. But for me, I still think the 6 teams that are got above them have got better squads for me. I still got better squads than Bolton. And but they will be in and around there, Warner. They will be in and around there. They could easily get in the playoffs. They will either get in the playoffs or they'll just miss out, in my opinion. That's what Bolton do pretty much every season. And I think that's what will happen this season. I think they'll just miss out because I think the 6 teams who have got above Bolton have got better squads and made better signings as well. Have done the better business for me. But Bolton will definitely be chancing for the playoffs. But I think they'll just miss out by skin their teeth. In 6th place, I done for Huddersfield. I'm not convinced by the appointment of Yi Kwan. I'm not convinced by the appointment of Yi Kwan, to be honest with you. But I'm basing this on the business they've done so far. They've recently signed Alfie May as well from Burnham, which is a great signing for League One. Proven League One player as well. Alfie May. Huddersfield have made improvements to the squad. We have made improvements to squad Huddersfield. It'll be better than last season for me, where they didn't even finish in the playoffs that season. I think they'll get in the playoffs this time. I don't think they'll get promoted this season, but they have made improvements to the squad, especially with the business they've done already. I'm just not convinced Yi Kwan is the man to get Huddersfield promoted, in my opinion. When I just thought by his previous experience as well, he's not had any previous manager experience. It's pretty much his first job as well. So you're taking a bit of a risk, in my opinion. But to be fair, Huddersfield appointed Michael Duff last season, didn't they? Who was a proven League One manager. Obviously, he didn't get out of League One, but he was proven League One manager on the with Barnsley, of course. So maybe they just decided to take a bit of a more of a risk with League One because it didn't work out with Michael Duff. Who knows? But well, it's a wait and see one, isn't it? It's a wait and see. This is the thing with League One. It can go either way, can't it? The thing with Yi Kwan is he's going to be unpredictable, ain't he? It's going to be hard for teams to figure out his style up here. So maybe Huddersfield, maybe it's not surprised why people put Huddersfield in the top 2 because that unpredictability of Yi Kwan. Because you don't really know what style he's going to play until teams have played against him. So they'll be in the playoffs, definitely in the playoffs, Huddersfield, but just with the squad and the signs they've made. But I'm just not convinced he's the man to take Huddersfield back up to the Championship. Up next, I've done for Pierre Dial. Again, quite similar with the manager situation. They've done for Tom Kevery. Tom Kevery got sacked by Watford for finishing pretty much bottom half of the Championship. So the thing with Tom Kevery is he's got championship experience, hasn't he? So he has got some sort of experience as a manager, Tom Kevery. But we know how different the championship is to League One. Because we've seen Neil Harris. Neil Harris does well in League One in the championship, but he didn't do well in League Two with Cheltenham. So sometimes some managers do well in the championship in League One, but don't do well in League Two. That's what it is. And that's the feeling I'm getting with Tom Kevery here. It's still unknown how he'll do as a League One manager, Tom Kevery. But Plymouth, I don't think people have done for Plymouth to really get promoted. They have done for them to get in the playoffs. I think they will. They'll definitely be in the playoffs for me, Plymouth. They'll definitely be in the playoffs. The squad that got where they're from the championship is still a good enough squad to be in the top 6 of League One. Let's be real, it really is. And So I think Plymouth will finish fifth, but again, like Huddersfield, I think both of them will lose in the semi-finals of the League One playoffs, in my opinion. In fourth place, I don't for Cardiff City, and I don't for Cardiff to be playoff runners-up. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while since Cardiff were in the third tier of English football. They've been one like a shambles, really, by Vincent Tan. I think we all know that for like a decade now. When you have the same owner at your football club, the downfall is always going to happen for me. The downfall is always going to happen. It was still a shock to see them go down last season because I still had them staying up. But yeah, it's going to be a slow start for Cardiff this season. I think it will be a slow start to season. I do think they've got a winnable opening game against Peterborough, but I think after that it will still be a slow start, getting used to League One. Getting used to being back in League One for Cardiff, and it's been quite a long mile, hasn't it, as well? And they've been very quiet in the transfer window as well. By the time with Holland, they've been very quiet in the transfer window, which is very surprising for me, for a team that's stopped where they're from the Championship. You expect to make signings. The current squad of players, again, for me, it's still a top 6 in League One for me, with the current squad of players. But they're going to need to do a lot more if they want to finish in the top 2, in my opinion. But so far, they're nowhere near. They'll be nowhere near the top 2, in my opinion. But I do think they'll finish in the playoffs, and I think they'll be playoff runners up, in my opinion. I think they'll lose in the playoff final just due to the short. I think they may have a bit of a slow start. They may have some hiccups in the season as well, where things might not go their way. But I think second half of the season they will come off strong. They've got Brian Barry Murphy now in charge of Cardiff. His only previous experience, he does have League One proven experience with Rochdale, doesn't he? So he does have that League One experience. He knows what League One will be like, Brian Barry Murphy. So that's the key for me. But I don't think Cardiff be anywhere near the automatic promotion places, in my opinion. So in third place, and the team are done to win the playoffs, are done for Blackpool. Blackpool love the playoffs, don't they? They do love the playoffs in League One. For me, if Blackpool finish in the playoffs of League One, put a bet on Blackpool to win the playoffs. They always seem to have like 100% record at Wembley, don't they? They seem to love Wembley and love winning at Wembley in the playoffs. Did it obviously in the Championship as well, when they got promoted to the Premier League, of course. They've done it in League One, where I think they beat Linton in the final, in the playoff final as well. Got Steve Bruce in charge. Steve Bruce is still going, isn't he? Still going as a manager. I think he did a good job last season with Blackpool, just to make them stable. Obviously, he had a slow start to the season, sacked the manager. Steve Bruce came in, made them stable. The business Blackpool have done so far, especially if you look at their current squad as well, Blackpool, for me, they will be up there, in my opinion. They will be up there, especially with Steve Bruce as well. Getting Steve Bruce still going as a manager as well. Well experienced manager. I think Blackpool will be up there, and for me, I think Blackpool will get promoted this season. I think they will get promoted to the Championship. And Steve Bruce, he loves the playoffs as well, doesn't he? He loves Wembley as well, obviously, in his previous time with Hull as well, when he got Hull promoted to the Premier League. It's all about, has Steve Bruce still got that though, isn't it? That's the only I think that's the only thing that might stop Blackpool. Has Steve Bruce still got it as a manager? We'll wait and see. But I still believe he has. I think Blackpool, I look at Blackpool's squad and the signs they've made. I think, for me, they'll be up there, and I think they will win the playoffs, in my opinion. In second place, I done for Stockport County. which a few Stockport fans will be happy about. It's just a pattern, isn't it? It's just a pattern with Stockport in these past seasons where when they lost the Year 2 playoff final to Carlisle in the final, to my team Carlisle United, the season after ended up getting promoted, didn't they? Once again, they had disappointment in the Year 1 playoffs using the semi-finals. Using the semi-finals in Year 1 playoffs in Year Orient. I just feel the season after that will hit Stockport on. They always bounce back from disappointment, don't they, Stockport? They always bounce back. They have lost a EFL to Charlton, but I still think they've done good business, Stockport. Tory O'Keefe, very good signing for Stockport. They still got a ridiculous squad, Stockport, even with the loss of the EFL. They still got the squad for me to be right up there, in my opinion, Stockport. Dave Turner, what a job he's done at Stockport since he came in at Stockport. From National Year to Year 2, now to Year 1. And now I think he'll get promoted to the Championship as well, Dave Turner. I really do think that. I do think Stockport will be right up there for chance of automatic promotion, in my opinion. If they don't get automatic promotion, they'll definitely win the playoffs because of the playoff experience from last season. But for me, they will be. I think Stockport will get automatic promotion and finish second, in my opinion. And I think they will get promoted to the Championship. They've got the budget, they've got the squad, they've got the players, they've made the signings as well. Stockport will get automatic promotion, in my opinion. And finally, to win the League One title, I don't for Luton Town. Don't for Luton who have suffered back-to-back relegations from the Premier League and from the Championship. They kept Rob Edwards for far too long in the last season, for far too long. And I think that's what relegated Luton really in the end, because if we saw towards the end of the season, Luton had some momentum, didn't they, towards the end of the season before the final game of the season. It was very disappointing from Luton, the way they lost that final game of the season to West Brom as well. Matt Punefield, I still think he made the one decision, even Wickham. I do believe if Matt Punefield stayed at Wickham, Wickham would be in the Championship, in my opinion. They would be in the Championship, simple as that. But Matt Punefield's experience of League One is very key for Luton here. I look at Luton's transfer business already, and I still look at their squad as well. I still think Luton are definitely favourites to win League One, in my opinion, when you look at their squad. The signs they've made, Naki Wells as well, coming in to Luton. He's had that proven League One experience as well, Naki Wells. And I think Naki Wells... I mean, I don't know, but I think Luton... I think Luton are favourites for me. I do think they're favourites to win this league. Just looking at the overall squad as well. Matt Punefield's experience of League One as well with Wickham before he ended up leaving to go to Luton. But you just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Will back-to-back relegations have an effect on Luton? Just getting that similar feeling to relegation, where relegation just won't go away for Luton. I don't think it will. I don't think it'll happen this time. I do think Luton are far too strong to be in any relegation trouble or mid-table in League One. They're definitely going to be at least top 6 Luton with the squad they've got. But for me, I think they win the league personally. I do expect them to win the league, to win League One. But people expected Luton to go straight back up, didn't they, when they got relegated to win the Premier League? So Actually, I was one of the people who didn't say that at all. I actually put Luton to be mid-table last season in the Championship because of where they're some. But I do think Championship is completely different to League One. I think Luton, may have a slow start, but may have some hiccups. But I think Luton's squad and the players they've got, they should really win the League One. I would expect them to win the League One title, in my opinion. So then my 2025-2026 EFL League One season predictions. Feel free to see your season predictions down below in the comments. And please don't cry. Don't start complaining in the comments about where I put your team. If I put your team dead where they said, it's just an opinion. It's just a prediction. It's just an opinion, people. It says what it says on the tin. Season predictions. Keyword predictions. So I really can't be asked if people come at me in the comments saying, "Oh, you put my team there." Oh, who cares? Seriously, who cares? So, but then my League One season predictions. Feel free to see your season predictions down below in the comments, and I will be back next week for two season predictions: the EFL Championship season predictions and the National League season predictions, where I'll be predicting Harlow United. Where will I predict Harlow in the National League? So feel free to see your season predictions down below in the comments for League One, and I'll see you all in the next one.